Alexa, turn on the swag.
Okay.
There it is. Call of Duty Vanguard is not worth $60 US. Certainly not worth $70 US, which I'm sure is what it's going to go for on the PlayStation 5, and I most likely will not be picking it up. And if I do, the only reason in which I do give up my currency of choice, which is US dollars, for that title is strictly for content. Of course, there's a heap of YouTube videos to shoot around that. Oh, a meta M4 build, or well, it's World War II, so meta M1 Garand, or how to no-scope with a Mosin Nagant, stuff like that. Things are heating up with the flamethrower. Cool little thumbnail. Yeah. I'm going to carefully and concisely articulate why exactly the new Call of Duty belongs in this rubbish container here. I don't know why I just didn't call it a trash can. It's a big-ass trash can. That was bigger than my first apartment. Alrighty, Stallions, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I am your host, AK40 Kevin. So why exactly is Call of Duty Vanguard going to be a hot, sticky mess? Well, how much time you got? So first of all, Activision Blizzard and its 4 Call of Duty studios underneath it, which would be Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Raven Software, and Sledgehammer Games, have been running on the business model of annual drops or annual releases. Now, in case you guys haven't noticed, there's been a new Call of Duty game every year. And due to this business model under the direct control of AB or Activision Blizzard, these games have been lacking a lot of quality control and getting pushed out with a lot more bugs and glitches than any AAA title from a major studio should have. Part of that is from the game development studios, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven Software, and Sledgehammer Games being rushed or crunched for time. And then once the game actually has been polished and released to the public, then it is in the hands of the actual development house, which is AB or Activision Blizzard, and that's where they run the multiplayer into the ground with SBMM, or skill-based matchmaking, which is actually ERMM, or engagement retention matchmaking, a project directly under the control of Bobby Kotick and his high-level executives to get people to not only purchase the game, but then spend money on cosmetics in the store. They do this by incentivizing new players who are, for lack of a better word, bad, who would generally have about a 0.6 to 0.8 KD ratio, by putting them into protected brackets into very soft, tender, sweet, pillow-stuffed lobbies. By the way, we're going to get into why the Vanguard campaign is also going to be a very PC, watered-down, soft World War II compared to the nitty-gritty squeeze-a-titty that we're used to, with flamethrowers and tits and blood and cum flying everywhere. So for people like you and me that have put in literally over a decade of time in the game, foreskin clamped up in the game, so to speak, getting good at Call of Duty, whether you're on controller or keyboard and mouse or both, whatever, all that time and energy, learning the mechanics, the shooting mechanics of Call of Duty, learning the maps, because they tend to get brought back, reskinned, and reused. For example, Cold War has Raid and Nuketown. So all these new players don't have to worry about feeling the squeeze, the pressure. And people like you and I that are either average or slightly above average are getting match made with absolute sweats. TTVs, YTs, and FBGs, that's YouTube Live, Twitch TV, and Facebook Gaming, so full-time streamers, so their job is to be playing these games for 6 to 12 hours a day, so they're very good at it. Not to mention esports athletes, so something like FaZe Clan, literally warming up for an upcoming tournament by pub stomping to brush up on their skills. Literally, I remember a match in Cold War where every single person in the lobby besides myself, FaZe, TTV, and YT, so full-time YouTubers and TTVers. I know this because I looked them up and was like, oh, yep, that's a full-time streamer. And then literally legit esports athletes, which can be kind of a good thing. I like to look at the HIV positive side of life. Activision Blizzard is helping you and I by forcing you to become a better Call of Duty player. You have no choice but to be sprinting, sliding, B-hopping, weapon swapping, equipment spamming, AD spamming, peeking out of corners, trying to break the aim assist of controller players on their 7th glass of G Fuel. That's it. I'm done talking about ERMM or SBMM for this video because we already know it's quite detrimental to players like us that are average or above average, and those that are pretty whack, I mean, for lack of a better word, of just the butterfingers on the mouse, you know, holding the mouse like the guy from Scary Movie 2, get put in a protected bracket and never really get pushed to get better, because they're literally playing with people that are just like them. But at least Vanguard is supposedly launching with more maps than the 8 that were in Cold War. Granted, I think 2 of those were actually for the big maps for Fireteam. Ooh, excuse moi. Don't quote me on those numbers. It's late and I've been editing videos for hours. So I'm getting kind of sloppy right now, so let's just tighten it up real quick. Let's break it down by mode. First of all, campaign. Call of Duty campaigns are generally between 4 to 6 hours. You can speed run them fast as shit, or you can sightsee a little bit. Now, if it's something like Call of Duty Cold War, that actually did have a little bit of in-game and extra extra activities to do. You're a clandestine spy, so you can basically go to your drawing board, your whiteboard, and unlock secret missions and stuff. That was kind of cool. I have to say, in my personal opinion, the last two Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare 2019 and Call of Duty Cold War, actually had pretty good campaign or story modes, which is sad because a lot of Call of Duty players literally jump right in the multiplayer and skip over the campaign. You're 60 bucks, bro. Then as far as special modes, as of now, Vanguard is just going to have campaign and multiplayer. The Modern Warfare series has Spec Ops, which is usually pretty fun for couch co-op and whatnot. And Cold War, of course, has zombies. And again, in my opinion, Cold War has a very good zombies mode. It did lack a lot of content or sustenance right on launch, and there was really no support for it from Activision Blizzard for a while, but now they've kind of caught up and added some more modes and stuff. But the core gameplay, by adding like life bars to the zombies and damage numbers and stuff, it works very good. But again, Vanguard is just going to have campaign, which, by the way, I have no need to want to go back to World War II. We've had several games like that, not only from the Call of Duty franchise, but also from Battlefield, who I think does that era better, and also Metro Exodus and Wolfenstein and stuff like that. We've done the Nazi thing before, and here's the thing, they're actually giving us a very soft, politically correct, watered down version of Nazis. There is 0 swastikas in the game. I understand maybe they don't want to offend people, but it's World War II. Things are supposed to be a little bit nitty gritty. Squeeze a titty. That's not historically correct. Without swastikas, they're literally just angry Germans that you're killing. Doesn't have the same flair to it. Plus, like I alluded to earlier, the campaign is only going to be about 4 to 6 hours and most likely isn't going to have a whole lot of replayability or in-game. So you're going to play the campaign once, maybe twice if you try and play it on hardened or veteran, just to show how big your schmeckle is. Well, there is no zombies because Cold War is taking care of that. There is no BR because Warzone succeeded even when the developers said they thought it would fizzle out after about 4 to 6 months. Granted, the game's a mess. Its weapons are unbalanced and it's been on the same map for Donsk for about a year, and there's no anti-cheat. But again, since it is World War II, that exits from the campaign and that carries on into the multiplayer. So get ready for running around with MP40s and Mosin Nagants and, you know, Thompson machine guns with a hot drum and whatnot. Like, God, dude, I have no need to I don't really want to go back to World War II. Not to mention, there's a lot of other games that have come out recently and will come out in the near future around the time that Vanguard comes out. If I feel frisky post-editing, again, like I said, I've been editing for hours today, but if I feel frisky post-editing, which I probably will, I'll have pop up on screen here some titles that released here recently and some titles that are releasing in the near future. Keep in mind, I have an Xbox Series S, a PS5, and a PC, so I try and keep up with the latest and greatest exclusives for all those and stuff. Plus, I just got back into racing sims, hence the wheel right there. There's just so many other good games out there that I would like to play, and I don't think Vanguard is going to be a good game. I think Cold War had good zombies and a good campaign. I think the multiplayer is rather poor. If I were to rank it on a tier list of Call of Duty titles, it would probably be a C or D. I'd have to do some deep meditation on that, but it's either a C or a D, either average or slightly below average. Modern Warfare 2019, very good campaign. Multiplayer was actually okay. Launched with, I want to say, 16 maps, don't quote me on it, but more than the 8 of Cold War. And tying all this in with a couple of key points here, if we've had quality control issues up until this point, think about this fact. Raven Software now focuses exclusively on Warzone content. That's it, which, by the way, has to be a huge slap in the face as a content creator that they were working on IPs, brand new games, and they were told you now work on one mode in one game for the foreseeable future of your game development career. Wow. Sledgehammer Games is working on another project right now. Then you have to keep in mind that a good portion of AB's staff is basically boycotting out in front of their building right now because there's a major lawsuit from the state of California Fair Business Division, which has now actually been upgraded to the federal level. Bobby Kotick and the high-level executives have been subpoenaed here recently to start providing documentation that they didn't know about this huge culture of sexual harassment, sexual assault, perhaps even, and basically just a whole bunch of fuckery. They're kind of working with a skeleton crew, if you will, right now. So if we've had QC issues in previous COD titles with this annual release cycle, what now that they're actually facing some major issues within their doors? And it might be one thing if there wasn't all these great games that just came out and will be coming out that I'm interested in, but the fact that there is other stuff to play, and I have a feeling, call it women's intuition, call it spidey sense, I feel it down there tickling in my jiddly bits that this is not going to be a good title. And the thing is, even major content creators, streamers that are pretty much dedicated Call of Duty content creators, they bitch about the COD franchise a lot. So the fact that the people that their livelihood is to play this game hate it and aren't enjoying it, that sucks. And that's when I kind of have to sit back in my gamer chair like this, my gamer heaven tank on, and appreciate the fact that I'm a variety streamer and kind of a gaming news outlet / all-encompassing in the gaming community and industry content creator, and I don't have to be bound by the rusty shackles of a single game. So these are just my thoughts, literally unlocking my head and putting them into the microphone here. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Please drop them in the comments section below. What is your opinion of Vanguard? Do you think it's going to be an absolute banger? Do you think this game is going to shred? Or do you think it's going to be mediocre? Or do you think it's going to suck ass? And why? And if you see me playing it, please know it is strictly for content. I'm literally out there suckling for simps and begging for bits. For the poor, put your bits in the cup, please. That ain't me. I barely live stream. More of a YouTuber kind of guy. If you Stallions and Stallionettes enjoyed this video, liking it will help it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, and they can get involved in the conversation as well. Jump into the petri dish of bacteria called the comment section down there below. Subscribe if you love this video and it tickled you right down there in the gamer rod and produced a little bit of gamer goo. And I'll see you tomorrow because I upload on the daily. Like, literally, I'm a daily uploader. Watch out. Peace.